This is not a joke. I almost died on a first date with a Playboy playmate. So I'm gonna tell you that story right now and the 3 lessons that thankfully I learned from it that actually really helped and transformed my dating life after the fact. This was back when I was living in Newport Beach, California, and I met this girl, this playmate, from a mutual friend. It was actually another girl I had been dating and kind of hooking up with, but it wasn't anything serious. And she introduced me to this girl, we'll call her Sarah, and immediately I was like, oh my God, this girl is gorgeous. And I learned she was a full-time model, even for Playboy. And I knew that she went to bars almost every single day. I didn't realize it at the time. I should have saw that she's kind of a alcoholic, which should have been a red flag for me, but her beauty basically took over all reason that I had. So one day I said, hey, let's hang out. I'll meet you at the bar, we'll grab some drinks. In my mind, it was a date. I don't know if she saw it that way. I was kind of in the friend zone. But I met her at the bar and we started drinking. And, you know, one drink led to another and another, and over time, we're starting to get pretty wasted. At least I was. I don't know about her. She went to bars all the time, so I don't think it affected her the same way it did to me, but I remember thinking, this is going great. We're drinking, we're gonna get drunk. Usually when 2 people, a man and a woman, get drunk together, something fun happens at the end, but that's really when everything turned for the worse. As I was trying to keep up with her, I got so drunk that I got to a point where I was basically blacked out drunk. And I don't really remember exactly what happened or when she left, but she probably saw how, you know, I couldn't stand, I'm slurring my words, and just how incoherent I was that she just left at some point. And my friends actually came and got me. And you would think they would be good friends and take me home seeing the drunken state that I'm in, but no, they decided to take me to another bar where I had the brilliant idea to go approach a girl with a guy, and who knows what I said. It was probably some horrible pickup line. Needless to say, this is the only time in my life I've gotten in a fight, and I don't really count it a fight because I was not able to fight back, but the guy punched me in the face. And yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to say, but I ended up in a stretcher. I think I immediately passed out. I, hit the ground. I mean, imagine if I would have hit the bar with my head, especially being so drunk. I don't know. Who knows what would have happened, but long story short, I ended up in the hospital all night, and even the next day I was still drunk. I remember waking up the next morning still drunk. Yeah, it was not a pretty sight, but thankfully, even after such a horrible date, probably the worst date I've ever been on, I learned 3 very valuable lessons that really helped my dating life from there on out. Number 1, know your limit when it comes to drinking. Being wasted, definitely not attractive. Number 2, never try to impress a woman. I thought I could keep up with her, therefore she'd see, that I'm on her level, we're getting drunk together. Like, in my mind, as we were drinking, I thought this is going great. We're getting drunk. That means it's probably gonna end up, back in my bedroom. Not exactly. I should have stuck to my personal limits because you lose her the moment you're trying to impress her. From that moment on, I decided I will always be real and that I have nothing to prove to women. And then 3rd, just because a woman is pretty, it doesn't mean she's a good fit for you. There are so many things that go beyond looks. Her personality, her values, goals, habits. You need to be clear on what you're looking for. So as you can see, it was probably one of the worst dates of my life, but it taught me a ton, which is usually the case in bad situations. They usually, at some point later in the future, you realize how much good you got out of it. So make sure to always have standards. Know exactly what you're looking for in a woman, and don't compromise for anybody, even a Playboy playmate or somebody who's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. It's just not worth it to sacrifice your own truth and your own values for anybody. And if you want to know exactly how to approach women in any situation, then make sure to watch this next video right here.